I'm going to look at one of my personal favorite games. Been out for a little while now. King of Tokyo. It's from the creator of Magic the Gathering, Richard Garfield. And open up and show you what it is. So there we go. There's a look at everything that comes with it. Lots of stuff for a pretty simple idea for a game. Gonna kind of break it down, make it easier to see, but just wanted to show you everything that came with it. Love these little cube things. These are what you use to keep track of your energy. And we'll go into a little more detail here and show you a little bit more about it. So basically the game is you're taking control of one of these monsters. There's a Mecha Dragon, Kraken, Alienoid, totally not King Kong, I mean the King, totally not Godzilla, I mean Gigasaur, and my personal favorite, Cyber Bunny, which is a little rabbit controlling a giant pink mech rabbit with missiles and a sword, and I like him. Anyway, each of the characters comes with one of these. Oops, where's the dial here? You start at 0 points. And you start at 10 health. And during the course of your game, every character has one of these cards. You're going to gain points. And the idea is to be the first person to get to 20 points. At the same time, you're going to be taking damage, and this goes down. Or you're going to be healing, and it goes back up. And there's even things that'll let you heal all the way up to 12. But if you ever get down to 0, you die and you're out of the game. And your monsters stand on a little base. And you put all the monsters that are inactive off to the side. We'll say we're going to use 2 here for now. Now, these cards have all sorts of different events, powers, abilities. And 3 of these are going to be face up on the table at all time. And whoever's turn it is can pay the cost up here in this corner to buy that card. If it focuses, you can pay the cost up here to buy that card and take it as your own. In this case, you would gain an extra head, which gets you 1 extra attack die. And you take these dice to do anything, and they're huge. You really can't tell, but yeah, they're close to double the size of a normal D6. So, but anyway, you roll these. Claw mark is a hit. There's a 1, 2, and a 3 for scoring. Heart for healing. And a lightning bolt for energy. And the way you figure out your attacks is you roll your dice. And you need 3 of a specific number to score that many points. So if you get 3 of a kind, you score that many, and then every one after that, so if this was a 3, there we go, that would be worth 3 points. And then every 3 I roll after that would be worth 1 additional point. Lightning bolts you can trade in for energy, which are these little green squares. So I could take 2 energy, and then use it to buy cards to power myself up. And claws are what you use to attack. And when nobody's in Tokyo, the very first person who rolls a hit and doesn't re-roll it, you get to re-roll your dice twice. So say I wanted to keep those and re-roll these. There's another 3, I could keep that and re-roll these. Wow, that's a really good roll actually. At the end, if you have 1 uncancelled or unre-rolled claw, then you would attack whoever's in Tokyo or more. If nobody's in Tokyo, you take it. Now, being here, you get an extra point for taking it, and 2 extra points at the beginning of each turn that you stay there. Or at the end of each turn, I'm sorry. And the way to relinquish it is if somebody else hits you, you get the option if you want to defend your ground or leave. Now, there's a catch. Once you're in there, all of your attacks will now hit every other player at the table. So if you're playing a 5-player game and you roll a hit, it's going to hit all 4 other players. On the trade-off, anything they roll only hits you, unless there's specific cards that do otherwise. So, and the other trade-off is the hearts, which heal you, do nothing when you're in Tokyo. So eventually you're going to have to relinquish control and go back and heal yourself, because you are going to get beat up. Now in a 5 or 6 player game, 2 people can be in Tokyo. One's in the city, one's in the bay. If at any point the player total drops below 5, the bay goes away, and whoever's there has to relinquish it. Sounds really easy. There's a lot of complicated strategies into it. You could hoard energy to buy cool powers. You could hoard points and just try to run with it. And of course you could always try to kill off all the competition. And then like that card that we had earlier, the extra head that would give you an extra die, they included 2 extra dice so that you can roll them as well. And that's pretty much the basics. It gets complicated as you add in some of the cards in there. There's things like an action news team that follows you around and gives you a +1 point every time you do anything or make an attack. There's different specials that basically block the first amount of damage that you get taken each turn or allow you to heal yourself. All sorts of different abilities. There's 2 add-on expansions for King of Tokyo. The first one was Power Up. Power Up added the new monster Panda Kai, so you can have even bigger games with more players. It also introduced the evolution cards, which there's a handful for each monster. There's Cyber Bunny, Alienoid, Gigasaur, Mecha Dragon, the King, Kraken, and of course Panda Kai. Each one offers you new abilities. You attack monsters in Tokyo, they must give you 1 energy or take 1 extra damage. Some are permanents, some are temporary. Expansion comes with a little rule book, explains what the evolutions are and how to use them. Even has a couple different variant ideas. Basically you're going to play the deck that is connected to your monster, and if you end your monster or roll with at least 3 hearts, you're going to draw the top evolution. Like I said, it's good for an option later on to introduce people who know how to play the game to some more rules to add more to the game. The second and more recent add-on to the game is the Halloween expansion. They actually call it a collector's pack, and the Halloween pack comes with 2 new monsters, Pumpkin Jack and Boogie Woogie. We also got evolution cards for those 2. Some orange dice, and a set of new cards that are actual costumes. And they give you bonuses. There's special rules for these. We don't really use them because some of them are kind of game breaking. So your new monsters, Boogie Woogie and Pumpkin Jack. And then of course, as I said, they come with a full evolution pack, so you can play them right alongside the original monsters. You get a nifty little mini rule book that explains how the costumes work and the evolutions for the new monsters. Has a couple optional rules. And then your costume cards, you can start the game with every player having one as an option. Otherwise you shuffle them in the deck. They can be bought just like any other upgrade with power. They all have different abilities. You can wear as many costumes as you want. So if you want to be a zombie pirate, you can be a zombie pirate. You get the bonuses of all the costumes you're wearing. The catch is if somebody ever hits you with an attack that is 3 hits, if somebody ever hits you with an attack that's 3 hits, or 3 claws, they get the option to steal one of your costumes. Also, as kind of an added bonus and a hint of things to come, the Halloween expansion came with a promo card for King of New York. which is can only be used in Manhattan. So a hint at what's coming. They said the game will be very similar, but it's going to have a lot of new mechanics, so I can't wait to see what that's going to be like. All in all, it's an amazing fun game. Doesn't take very long to play, maybe 30 minutes or so. The base game itself is great. The add-ons only add a little bit more. You get one new monster with power-up, 2 more monsters with the Halloween, and of course the evolutions do make the game a little more complicated. I don't think they're as good to play all the time, but they're definitely fun for occasional change, as well as the costumes from the Halloween expansion. And check it out.